I think in filmmaking, first you are a filmmaker, and then you are either editor, director, cinematographer, or a sound recordist or handling production. If you are not a filmmaker, you cannot be what you are trying to specialize in. Because for me, personally, I don't think that specializing should deny you the right to understand the integrity of the whole filmmaking process. For example, like I was just saying that when you're shooting a film as a cinematographer, if not on the first day, by third days, you are having a fight with sound recordings. If you are not having a verbal fight, you might be having a fist fight. Because cinematographer and sound recordist on a locations, they hate each other. It doesn't mean that you don't learn, but now why they start hating each other? Because cinematographer always feels that because of sound recordist and his boom, I can't do my lighting. And sound recordist always feels because of lighting, he cannot bring in his boom as required. I feel that integrated study, which is, I assume that is what you get exposed here, is very essential to be able to handle real life extreme practical problems which you go through, which is where you adjust to the requirement of your other crew member. That is I have often faced this problem. When first time I was doing a sync film, which was fortunately with a highly trained French sound recordist who came from a live sound recording tradition. We as India belong to a tradition which is non-live sound. We have started doing live sounds, but our tradition has been to use a dubbing. You understand, right? We have been dubbing our films for n number of years. And one of the main reasons is that India is a very extremely noisy place. Even today, all the sync films, sync sound films, the big budget films, they get redubbed eventually, almost anywhere from 20 to 50% of the film. I mean, the statistics vary depending on the nature of film. But to shoot a proper sync sound film in India becomes extremely difficult. And hence our tradition has been to dub. So when I first time was working with a sound recordist and I did lighting, and he came and he says, it's a very difficult, not difficult, a complex camera, panning, come tilt, come dolly move. And he showed me 3 points at the rehearsals. He said, can you put a black cloth here so my boom shadow disappears? And he said, he didn't use the word black cloth, he said, can you do something? These are the 3 places I am facing a problem. I said, great. Of course, it took some time to hide it, but that is where first time I experienced working with a highly trained sound recordist with a tradition of sync sound, that when we did a rehearsal, he would ask me the upper edge of the frame, and even if I did a 10 rehearsal, his boom never entered the frame. And I could always see on the top of the safe area of the film, boom is there, but it will never dip. And then one day I asked him, I said, how do you manage that? In a long, complicated shot, how do you manage to keep your boom exactly on the edge of the frame, but never dip it in? He said, it's very simple. He said, my eye, the tip of the boom, and the point on the wall. And he would rehearse his position like a warrior. He would hold a certain position, he would stand in a certain position, and then all through the shoot, he would have that similar position. Now, similarly, cinematographer, it's a discipline. It's a way of living. You know, it's not It's not like you go to location, pick up 10 lights, you light it up. Lighting is very simple. I mean, what is it? There is nothing in lighting. You ask me to light up this room, I can light up this room in 1,000 ways. But which is right? Now that's where the cinematography starts beginning. I'll use another analogy. From last few days in the news, there is a talk about, because of the problems in Syria, talk about red line being crossed. Have you heard all this thing? Everyone is talking about that. What has happened there? It's like crossing a red line. If you come into, all of you have crossed red line now. None of you will now ever be able to enjoy cinema as a viewer, because you are no more viewer, you are filmmakers. So if you want to enjoy the filmmaking, you want to enjoy the films, this is not a profession for you. But if you want to enjoy filmmaking, which is far more enjoyable, then this is the profession for you. What I mean to say is that when you get into a particular art form and it takes over you, it should take over you in such a way that it's no more an entertainment for you. You start day and night living. You start breathing that. Coming back to the issue of cinematography and lighting, it's when you start breathing that, that's where you start instinctively, rationally, intellectually, and theoretically combine together, start creating an approach and your response to that particular moment in that particular film. Let's assume it's a fictional film. If it's a fictional film, you have a narrative structure with you. Hence you have an intellectual, the emotional structure underlying there. As a cinematographer, you should be able to respond to that emotional and or intellectual structure which underlies there, and create your lighting, and work with the director to create your movements. Lighting is also not only the lights. Light also means colors. So there is a pre-coloring happens, which is where you work with the art director. If it is a set, then working with the colors. What kind of colors are going to come? With the costume designer, in what kind of color schemes are going to be in costumes. So you start already doing cinematography much before actually you go on the location, because you're making a collective decision with your team in terms of creating a color tone system where, let's say, for one particular film you decide that you will go for a diffused color, or let's say pastel colors. So already a very significant color decision is made. Now along with that, what kind of set colors you will have? You have many options. You can go pastel, you can go saturated, you can go dark saturated. It depends whether your film is black. Black means darker in terms of its emotion, or your film is light, or which means bright or whiter, but in emotions. It doesn't mean the lighting has to be brighter or darker.